Hello, welcome to Wicks Way. And today we have a 2013 NISMO Juke. So as always with our reviews, I try and go out to the backcountry, put it through the turns and see how it really does. And in this hatchback crossover small SUV thing, I don't. So I want to see if it actually earns the name NISMO. I mean, it's on the seats, it's on the back, it's on everywhere. And in a way, I kind of think it will, oddly enough. Because when NISMO actually does something, they just don't like throw a spoiler on just for the fun of it, just to be a fanboy. Because this actually has 38% more downforce than the stock version. The rear spoiler, the front grille, I mean everything. It's only 194 horsepower, but I can already tell just from driving up here that the steering is actually pretty responsive in a way. The brakes are really well. Has 18-inch lightweight aluminum wheels, and the suspension's been lowered a little bit. So I mean, it's really, even though everything looks very fanboyish and kind of ricer on the outside, it actually kind of works, which is really weird. So I'm gonna go over the interior real quick, just kind of touch on it. The dash isn't that bad. The screen is extremely small, but it does have a backup camera. That's kind of cool. The gauge cluster is fine, but it's what's on top of the gauge cluster. What it looks like to me is they did this, and then they took it out on a bright sunny day, and we're like, oh, the sun hits it, and we're blinded. Oh, what should we do? I don't know, we only have 10 bucks left in our budget. Just put a plastic piece on top. Like that's... That's all that's there. That's really weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's not that bad. I'll admit. Like it's not. This isn't supposed to be a luxury performance thing. God, what is this car? This one that I'm in is an automatic, which means it's all-wheel drive. There is a 6-speed option, but that is only with front-wheel drive. That's it. This does have the option to go to front-wheel drive and all-wheel drive, and also all-wheel drive with torque vector. The automatic is actually a CVT, and like a usual CVT, the RPMs just keep on climbing while it's changing gear, but you can't really tell. It's the most annoying thing in the world. Shift! God! Oh man, I hate this CVT so much. So I'm gonna do this first leg in front wheel drive only, and then I'm gonna switch to all wheel drive, and then I will do all drive vectoring and see if there really is a difference between those three different style drivetrains. All right, front wheel drive. Not bad. It's holding pretty well. I'm really surprised by this. Really surprised. I mean, look. And it's just exiting just fine. I did notice with the steering that they have changed that as well. It's very responsive in the corners too. It's very heavy. It's very heavy steering, and I love that a lot. But at slow speeds, it's very light and nimble, and it feels like you're in a 1960s Chevy where it just wobbles all over the place, but you're still going straight. Okay, all-wheel drive. Straight line speed though, it's not really there. But what can you do? Because I mean, if you judge a car on speed alone, that's not necessarily half the fun. It's also like how it responds to you, how you enjoy it, and the way it feels. And this doesn't feel that bad, surprisingly enough, but damn, it's ugly. God, I don't know how Nissan sells so many of these. And who would buy one? I could see someone that loves and adores Pugs buying one of these. Yeah, I can see that. A little over the crest, blind turn. It's actually not bad. I'm really surprised. This is actually not that bad at all. I mean, there's not body roll. I mean, of course there is a little bit, but I mean, it's not as apparent with something that's this raised up. Now it was all-wheel drive. Now let's try all-wheel drive with torque vector. I mean, there definitely was a difference between all-wheel drive and front-wheel drive, of course. Is this more responsive now? This is different. All right, this is kind of a tight one. I mean, I can kind of feel a difference, but I don't know, maybe I should just drive it some more. God, I hope no one sees me out here in this car. It's bad enough I'm publishing this to YouTube. I am really surprised at one thing, that there's no paddle shifters. I admit, I think I can feel a difference in between the three. And what I'm actually noticing a lot is that the seats aren't really moving at all, which is nice. When I'm being sloshed side to side and all of the American size of me is wanting to squiggle about, it's keeping me in place the entire time. They don't look good, but they handle well. And that's what this car is. It just looks terrible. Everything looks terrible, but it's not actually that bad. But I just don't understand why NISMO picked the Juke to do it with. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the new Maxima looks amazing. Really, really, really good. And they should have just picked that and gone with the NISMO Maxima, made it all-wheel drive. I mean, you have the technology. For Christ's sake, you have a GTR. So, as for the pros and cons in this 2013 NISMO Juke, the pro is it's actually decently nimble. It's a fun car to drive. The con is people will see you driving it. That's a large con. It's a pretty bad con. Another pro, it's great on gas mileage as well. It's 25 city and about 30 highway. I've been averaging about 28 with mixed driving. Another pro is that you're actually getting your money's worth. I think this one's going at Earth Motor Cars, of course, for about $13,000 or something like that, and that's pretty good, especially for a relatively newer vehicle. The other con is that you will own this car. I mean, God, it looks like a baby Aztec. Well, that wraps up my review on the 2013 NISMO Juke. If you enjoyed that, please subscribe, like, share, all the usual things that we ask you to do. This one is actually for sale at Earth Motor Cars in Dallas, Texas. And again, huge thank you to them and Daniel for letting me take this out for the day. If you'd like to purchase this, you and your pug can happily come on down here and take it for a spin and check it out for yourself. And any of the other cars that they have are absolutely wonderful. Great inventory. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Bye.